The third episode of Rick and Morty was a holiday-themed, relationship paradigm-shifting, Jurassic Park fantastic voyage blending romp through a dead man's intestines, and I loved every moment of it. Subscribe to Universe, tell your friends, and add me on Twitter at Buddy Hutton. Now, welcome to Anatomy Park. The episode starts out with Jerry wanting Christmas to be a human holiday as long as those humans aren't homeless or banging his parents.
Last King Christmas last arrived on the Christmas.
The song Jerry is screwing up here is called Good King Wenceslas, which is about a king who goes out to feed a poor person in a winter storm. Kindness from rich people was so rare in the year 900 that they wrote songs about it 900 years later. Christmas poverty reference number 1.
I'll be with Ruben in my workshop while you guys are having another day in Phil Collins' proverbial paradise.
Rick is referencing the Phil Collins song Another Day in Paradise, a song about how people ignore homelessness. He says this because of how Jerry responded to Ruben being homeless. Poverty Christmas reference number 2. Tom here does an awesome take on The Night Before Christmas about Ruben's dead face. Summer's song Christmas Drums is, I think, a take on Little Drummer Boy, which is basically about a little boy playing drums with onomatopoeia drum noises.
Christmas drums being played by a boy.
This episode is the first time we meet Summer's boyfriend Ethan. She got over Frank Palicki shattering in front of her pretty fast. Jerry's ugly Christmas sweater has downvotes on it. Ruben is a really interesting dude. He's obviously a drunk homeless man. Ruben says both Pearl Harbor and Korea, which may mean he's a survivor of both of these wars.
Pearl Harbor.
Later, his animatronic likeness says his story began during the dot-com crash of the early 90s. I think he was in those wars, started a business, lost it in the 90s, became homeless, met Rick, and then wound up dead on a ping pong table in the Smiths' garage. Fantastic Voyage is a novel and film about a shrinking submarine crew going into someone's body to save their life, just like the mission Rick sends Morty on.
Hey Dad, where's Morty?
He's busy.
Also, there may be some influence from the Magic School Bus book and game Inside the Human Body. Once inside Ruben, Anatomy Park is filled with Disneyland references. The Haunted Liver is the Haunted Mansion, complete with doom buggies in a graveyard. Spleen Mountain is Splash Mountain. And Pirates of the Pancreas is obviously Pirates of the Caribbean. Small Intestine is referencing Small World, which is an excruciatingly slow 15-minute ride while listening to the same song over and over again.
It goes on like this for miles.
Alexander here is wearing a reference to the Disney character Goofy.
Put that back on!
I think he got yelled at here because Disney characters at Disneyland are held to notoriously strict guidelines. I love the double helix scaffolding decorating the area and the red blood cells floating like water park inner tubes.
Mind the gap.
Mind the Gap is a famous notification that plays on the London Underground train called The Tube. Xenon Bloom looks a bit like a white blood cell from Osmosis Jones, but he's an alien according to show writer Ryan Ridley. Anatomy Park was built for tourists of this alien species. Xenon Bloom is a reference to Jeff Goldblum. Gold and xenon are both elements followed by bloom. Dr. Bloom is holding a staff with something suspended in amber on the end, like John Hammond from Jurassic Park. In addition to this and the logo, there are tons of other Jurassic Park references.
Hello, John. Hello, John. Hello?
The exhibits being unlocked, gonorrhea can't see us if we don't move,
Can't see us if we don't move.
ice cream, hepatitis C attacking hepatitis A was a Jurassic Park reference of the T-Rex attacking the raptors. No, hepatitis C does nothing to prevent or cure hepatitis A. Make sure you get tested. Poncho, just like Dennis, the character from Jurassic Park he is referencing, sabotages the entire park in order to get something he's selling, and ends up dying because of it. Also, Poncho's tattoo is a reference to Watkin Jones, or Ninja, a vocalist in the South African rap group Die Antwoord.
I think you're freaky and I like you a lot.
Also, there's a bunch of anatomical things to mention as they are in the body of a dead man. Alveoli are tiny air sacs that exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide in your lungs. 80 to 90% of people in Asian and African countries have latent tuberculosis, which can cause scar tissue, but that isn't the reason why it's dormant. What's interesting about the E. coli outbreak portion is they're showing a bacteriophage, or a virus that only infects bacteria. E. coli becomes harmful to humans only after it is infected by bacteriophages, I think.
People on the internet that are only turned on by cartoons of Japanese teenagers. Anything is better than working for you.
I know he was selfish and kind of evil, but Poncho had some of the best lines in the episode.
Oh man, what is that horrible smell?
You mean the Panda Express?
I think it's hilarious that Anatomy Park has a food court with 20 restaurants in it, but we only ever see 6 employees. Also, this storefront looks like a reference to hot dog on a stick for a colorblind person. And I don't know what the joke is there, I just know that those lemons are brown. Some of the other things I caught is there's a Snuffles picture in the dining room.
And Reuben.
Reuben, Minnesota?
Reuben on the table, Morty.
There's no Reuben, Minnesota. Morty doesn't hold his breath, but he's fine anyway.
Just hold your breath until the process is over or your lungs will collapse.
And on Rick's shelf, there are some items that may be Gravity Falls references. The monster mask has the same teeth and color as the mask in the first episode of Gravity Falls. Also, this may be a reference to the jar of eyeballs from the Gravity Falls intro. So did we learn the true meaning of Christmas?
No, we didn't.
But we did learn that Rick is enough of a sociopath to take advantage of and eventually be the cause of death of an alcoholic veteran in the hopes of making money from alien theme park attendees.
Okay, well, I can't cure death.
I know I said I was going to break down each episode using Dan Harmon's story circle, and I still want to, but that's a lot to do, so I'm going to save that for another video. Subscribe, like, add me on Twitter at Buddy Hutton. Tell me about episode 4, because this research takes a really long time, because no one's gone this in depth before on these episodes, so if you can help me, I'd appreciate it. At Buddy Hutton. Let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. Inside and out.